to make the show that you made, to make it as personal as you made it, to make it resonate with me and an audience, you would have to expose your own shortcomings. And the show is autobiographical enough to where me and a whole audience is sitting there going, well, that happened to you. So I was curious about what it felt like to realize, you know, in making this show, you're going to expose yourself a little bit more than most of us have to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, it was hard. I mean, it was hard mostly because I was really curious, you know, as to how my family would take it. And I think for me, making the show, I always say that the character is emotionally true to me. It's not like everything that happened in the show has happened to me, but when the show's called Ramy, and my real name is Ramy, I have to put this out and say, you know what? A lot of people aren't even gonna see that there's a difference. I need to be prepared for people to think that this is reality.
Yeah.
Now, you know, because I know what's real and what's not real. My family knows what's real and what's not real. But the rest of the world, as far as they know, this is a documentary.
Yeah.
And so that's a risk that I really thought about, and I'd be like, man, do I really want to put this out there? What if my family, my parents, my this and that, my that? And everyone was just like, man, just do it, man.
What's an example of one that you had to think twice about?
Dude, every other scene. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean, just from the pilot, I mean, we have that scene at the end where, you know, this girl asked me to choke her, you know, in the pilot. And that was something where I was like, am I really gonna do this, like, choking scene on TV?
Yeah.
You know, and I love the scene, but man, when we were shooting it, I was like, every time we would cut, I'd be like, I'm so sorry, you know, to Dina, who I was acting with. I'd be like, I'm sorry, and she's like, no, this is great, you know, the scene's going great, and I'd be like, man, this is crazy. And
you're like, yeah, but I wrote it, and I'm making you do it.
I'm making you do it. I feel insane, and it was one of those things where there were so many times where I'd go, oh man, you know what would be crazy? I mean, I can't do this, but you know what would be crazy? And then I'd think of a scene, and then that's the scene we'd do. My dad, though, called me too, and he was like, is this what kids are doing? Is that what's happening with sex now? And I was like, man, yeah, it's happening, man. It's happening out there.
Well, it does bring up a question of what your real family thought of your casting choices and how they were depicted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, was there some funny discussions you had with your parents?
Yeah, well, they were looking, I didn't show them any of the show until the week before it came out.
You didn't?
Yeah, because I was like, I can't. I care too much about what you think. Even if they said nothing, that would get in my head. Like if they watched it and they were like, well, you do what you gotta do, I'd be like, oh man, they hated it. You know.
So all the years of stand-up, your family can still get right in your head.
Well, the funny thing is, they hadn't really seen my stand-up that much either.
Yeah, so you're living sort of this other life.
Because look, I live in LA, they live in New Jersey. So, you know, they would come out and see me do stand-up sometimes when I went to New York, but I wasn't gonna do my crazy shit when they came out. You know, I was very much needing to incubate it. And then I think there's always a part in the back of my head that knew, no, they'll get it, like they'll be cool. Because they are cool, they're really cool. But there's just that incubation period in the middle where it's too sensitive. It's just, I can't let you in right now. You can't
bring them up to speed all at once.
Yeah, I can't
in
let
one
you in
20-minute
right
set.
Yeah, it's too much. Just, you know, just wait. And so that is such a, it was such a balancing act of kind of, you want to create your own space to make it, you know, the conversation that you really want to have. But it's tough, but I couldn't show it to them until it was right about to come out, because there's multiple things that my parents still don't agree with in the show that I did. But they get the overall message, and they really like the overall message, you know, but there's individual things that they're not into, you know. And I kind of wanted to give them the ability to tell their friends, you know, well, he didn't show me anything. You know, he wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't.
We did not sanction this.
Wouldn't, yeah,
he's crazy.
Yeah,
he went off to LA.
He literally, exactly. I was like, I'm giving you, like, the just entire, what is it, plausibility, denial, plausibility? I'm giving you.
Plausible deniability.
I'm giving you plausible deniability. You were not let in, and.
He has a show on Hulu? What?
Yeah, exactly. We had nothing to do with it. Was the gift I wanted to give them, instead of, you know, stressing them with, you know, what are people gonna think?
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm gonna give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.